Now, in our first story, a total of 8 slot machines, popularly known as jackpots, have been seized from illegal operators in Accra. This exercise forms part of an operation by the Gaming Commission of Ghana to clamp down on illegal gambling activities and underage gambling in the country. Joining us is Matilda Fambaga has more.
As young as 6 years, they're already gambling. For the purpose of this story, I call them Sewa, Kofi, and Abena. They are 6, 9, and 11 years, and I chanced on them near entered Medina here in Accra at around 11 a.m. They shared their first gaming experience with me. You go to school?
Yes.
So what are you doing here around this time?
I went to my friend's place. I went and collect my money, so I'm going home and going back and going to school.
Okay. You've played it once. Why did you play this game?
Because of the money.
Because of the money. How old are you?
11.
11 years, and you're thinking of money already. So how much did you make from the first game?
The first game I used 20 pesos to put it inside the game. Then I get for 400,000. 4 cedis, sorry.
4 cedis. And what did you do with that money?
I went to go and use it to buy food.
Wow. So is that the reason why you play this game?
Yes. But sometimes if I play it, I spend it.
But do you still play this game?
No.
You are a girl, and I'm surprised you are playing. What made you play it in the first place?
Because I see people were playing it that time.
Several other school children have found solace in this activity. They abandon lessons and spend the entire day at these centers. This has become a source of concern to parents.
All right, the jackpot, as for the jackpot situation, is not good because it let the children don't like going to school. Whenever they get any coins in the room, they pick it and go there and stay, and they don't come want to do anything at all to help the parents, and which is very bad. So we should try and stop that jackpot business.
Is it a common thing within this area?
Very, very common. Each of every sport have it now. So it has become a business that the China people are doing now, and they are destroying our children.
Actually, it has really brought a lot of problem to the youth. Many young ones, especially the basic school going age, from 5 to 12, 15 years, don't go to school. They end up playing this jackpot.
The Gaming Act of 2006, Act 721, forbids underage gambling. This is what the Gaming Commission of Ghana is seeking to address with its unannounced visits to gaming centers. The exercise, which started at Medina, saw the commission seizing a total of 8 slot machines from unlicensed operators. Most of these operators openly displayed their machine in front of drinking spots and confectionery shops, an act which contravenes the law. Michelle Smart Abbey is the Deputy Director of Monitoring and Investigations at the Commission.
An enclosed place where children can't enter. The law even doesn't permit you to have such gaming machines around schools. So it shouldn't be sited close to a school. If you do, you are in violation and you'll be penalized if need be. Yeah.
So when you seize the machines, I've seen you taking about 8 already. So what then happens to these machines?
Those who are legally licensed will come show their permits, and we advise them as to where these machines should be placed. Then they take their machines back. If we go around again and we find them, we confiscate them and we destroy them.
What is the monitoring mechanism in place to ensure that indeed these people do not have children coming around?
We ask them that they place the no underage person sign, which is a no under 18 sign, post around. So if we come and you have that sign there and people are still there, it means you've just put it there for display. And the act mandates us to penalize people who do that. And
what can be done to such a person?
Process you for court. And then the law decides what punishments should be given out to you.
The 2017 exercise, which started in January, has so far led to the seizure of 39 slot machines from illegal gaming operators. The exercise is expected to be replicated across the country. Matilda Fambaga for Joy News, Accra.
A case of dog bites man at Gomwa Budumburam in the central region has left residents very terrified. The incidence of dog bites is particularly worrying for the residents because as many as 15 victims have died as a result in the last 5 months. According to residents, the victims died a few days after they had been bitten. Correspondent Richard Kojonyako visited the area and reports residents are extremely careful stepping out for fear of the obvious.
The residents of Gomwa Budumburam are on a mission to kill and to destroy all dogs in the area. For the past 5 months, about 15 people have died as a result of dog bites. The residents find it uneasy to step out as they fear they might be bitten by dogs. With clubs and anything in sight, they march through the principal streets of the town in protest. Stephen Baffle lost his 7-year-old boy in this odd circumstance. He is bitter about the development that is shortening the lives of people in this area. The residents who have been disturbed by the development have been demonstrating on the streets of Gomwa Budumburam for an intervention to save them from the debacle. The chief of the area, Nana Kojo SL, is asking people who have dogs to chain them and to treat them of rabies. He is threatening to report such persons with dogs to the police for an action to be done. Richard Kojonyako, Joy News, Gomwa Budumburam.
Well, in 3 years, Ghana and the rest of Africa would have to complete migrating from analog broadcasting to digital. This would mean millions of TV sets will be rendered useless, something you watching this bulletin right now would not have to worry about, though, as you're already compliant. But the concerns which have come up at the Komla Dumo Memorial Foundation anniversary event on Wednesday go beyond your TV set becoming useless in 3 years. They discuss quality of programming and whether multiplicity of channels would necessarily mean better programming. Beatrice Edu was there.
TV channels in Ghana and the rest of the continent should have been broadcasting digital signals by now, in line with the 2015 deadline for broadcasters to migrate. This could, however, not happen, and so the deadline for migration has been extended to 2020. The panel discussion organized by the Komla Dumo Memorial Foundation on the 3rd anniversary of the A's broadcaster's death focused on the challenges and benefits digital broadcasting would bring. Minister-designate for Communications, Ursula Owusu, had quite a bit to say about the benefits.
The process is expected to provide a higher number of radio and TV program channels and more options, improved and clearer sound quality and picture quality, reduce operational costs for broadcasters, and also provide more efficient use of the spectrum, a portion of which will be allocated for mobile broadband services. The efficiency in spectrum use will also contribute to something they say is called the digital dividend.
With government virtually taking up the tap, the cost involved in setting up a channel would drop significantly, much to the benefit of broadcasters. The viewing public would, however, have to bear a bit more cost, such as buying compliant TV sets or set-top boxes to enjoy the variety that will be offered, such as has become available on multi-TV. Ojo Opon Nkrumah believes something could be done to support the viewers.
The biggest beneficiary, in my view, is the state, because the spectrum dividend and all the things that come with it benefit the state and how it will use it to benefit the broader society. But costs must be borne by various stakeholders at various points. Literally millions of people out there who, as a result of this brilliant project, have to buy a new television set or a new decoder. What is our answer? My mind goes to a policy that was introduced some years ago when, in order to save energy, we moved from the old bulbs to the new bulbs, and how the state took an interest in facilitating the introduction of those new bulbs in order to cut the costs for the individual, but by so doing, create more benefit for the state, because then we conserve energy.
Chairman of the NMC, Nana John Appington, is more concerned about the quality of programming.
We've gone from having basically 2 radio stations and a single television station to this multiplicity of channels in about 20-25 years. But the quantity game we have won, but quality has been a challenge. So, for example, of the 400 or so radio stations, there's very little differentiation in content.
He's also pressing for policy to regulate the system. As news about how to improve the quality, perhaps another discussion which could be looked at is how the new broadcasting regime could be harnessed to enhance the country's development so that broadcasting won't be all about entertainment. My name is Beatrice Edu for Joy News.
In the bulletin, governing New Patriotic Party deflects mounting pressure on President Akufo-Addo to call rampaging party youth to order and rather charges at the NDC says is being hypocritical. Stay tuned, we'll be back in a bit. Residents of Dromankuma and the Sechi-Dumasi municipality of the Ashanti region are appealing to the police command to arrest and prosecute young men who invaded the community and attacked caterers of the Anglican primary school there. The young men, suspected to be sympathizers of the governing New Patriotic Party, also attacked some parents who went to the rescue of their wards. Speaking to Joy News' Mahmoud Muhammad Nuruddin, the victims of the attack want justice to be served by the security agencies.
Dromankuma Anglican Primary School was one of many schools attacked last week. Injuries recorded in this community were incredible. More than 10 people received medical treatment at the Ujura Hospital. Aisha Muniru is a victim of the attacks. Her crime was an attempt to save her mother, who was also an employee of the Ghana School Feeding Program.
When I got out, a man hit me with a stick. Another man hit him with another stick, but he took the stick and hit the other man. I feel so much pain.
I didn't go there to fight. They kept throwing stones at me.
Joy News gathered the young man had already warned the caterers prior to the attacks to discontinue the program in the municipality. The headmaster of the school, who declined to speak on camera, said he was also cautioned on the same matter. Aisha Muniru decided to take us to the school kitchen where the incident occurred. What used to be a busy environment is empty. Some students were spotted taking a rest in the structure.
They've destroyed everything out here. Everything's been turned upside down.
The young men are said to have come to the community by motorbikes and tricycles. Unlike today's serene environment, even concerned parents who rushed the school to get their children out of the chaos were not spared.
Our children are also at the school. What I witnessed was very terrible. I tried rescuing some of them, but I was hit with a stone.
This is where the family of 14-year-old Aisha Vinsa, who also was injured, lives. She was not home at the time of our visit. Aisha Vinsa had already left for school, but the mother, Hawa Mohammed, narrated what happened that fateful Thursday.
That day, I was home and then suddenly heard so much noise outside. When we got out, we saw the thugs beating my kids. When I tried to stop them, they slapped me.
About 30 minutes later, Aisha arrived home.
I tried stopping these guys from beating up my sister, but I was attacked too, and my nail broke in the process.
She was not the only daughter of the mother who was physically assaulted. Another caterer, Francisca Venza, was also not spared.
They asked us who gave us the authority to cook. They then carried the food we've prepared and threw it all away. They started beating me for defying their rules.
Assembly member for the area, Adamu Isaka, says he is on course to maintaining the peace in the community.
They know them because most of them farm are here, so they know most of them. So they say they will retaliate, but police commander came and advised me to advise them to stop. So they have agreed to stop. Yeah, they agree. They have agreed. So anyone who is involved will be apprehended.
There are many questions begging for answers, but the district police commander has this to say. 3 suspects who were arrested and granted bail have all denied being part of the gang that attacked the community.
And granted them bail. You know, we can't infringe on anybody's rights based on assault or any other thing. But all that we want them to do is that they should come up and also help the police, the complainant, those who made a complaint, those who are victims. They should come up. We've been calling them. Some were saying that they can't afford the medical bill when they get to the hospital and the rest. But all that we need that they should come and write their statement, bring up witnesses, so we can go ahead.
Until measures are put in place to curb future similar occurrences, many unscrupulous youth in the country would always overlook the laws and perpetrate crimes.
In a related development, the governing MPP is demanding even-handedness from the Ghana Police Service after some party activists were arrested following forceful takeovers in some parts of the country. The acts have been condemned by many, including the opposition NDC, which has threatened reprisals after it accused the MPP of terrorizing its members. So far, the police have arrested 16 persons in connection with the violent takeovers. Addressing a news conference in Accra Wednesday, the party demanded that police demonstrate fairness and arrest NDC members who have also been involved in such acts in the past. Here is Deputy General Secretary of the MPP, Nana Obri-Boahen.
The nation cannot forget so soon that the so-called health work, which led to some NDC activists throwing stone into the house of the then candidate Nana Akufo-Addo. The reaction of His Excellency John Mahama then was that he, the president, doubted the conduct of the said NDC activists. The police did not effect one arrest. Ghana has not forgotten this. And listen to who is playing victim. Kofi Potofi of all people. The institutions of states were all bent to do the burden of the NDC then. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, democracy improves with constant learning. And we believe that Ghana is a country of laws, and as such, we welcome the police service's determination to act decisively in any spate of lawlessness. However, you remind the police under Mr. John Kudalo that they cannot suddenly discover themselves only when events involve suspected MPP supporters and sympathizers. We demand even-handedness from the police. Crime has no expiry date, and we await what their response will be in these cases, which we have recounted among several others. The police must demonstrate that their sword is double-edged. They cannot discover their muscles only when events involve suspected MPP sympathizers. Anita Disoso and others are still around.
Well, Nano Bribwaheng says it will not be necessary for the president to speak on these matters.
It's enough. You see, our colleagues in NDC have been pouring unprintable words on Nana Addo Dankwa when he was a flag bearer, making unacceptable, uncivil, uncouth, uncultured, unfortunate comments about Nana Addo. Sometimes when leadership of the party has taken even decision to suspend some of our leaders, they will just bundle everything and conclude that it is Nana Addo who has instigated some of us. But that is not it.
Will the president ever speak on this publicly?
Oh, do you expect the president to speak on this? Yeah. The president, before he was even inaugurated as the president, condemned it. We have been condemning such acts of lawlessness. So what else? What again?
Well, that was before he was inaugurated as president. And indeed, when he spoke, all of that stopped. But we're expecting that now that all of these have come up again, the president would speak to address.
Speaking for myself, I don't think. Consistently, persistently, the president has condemned such lawlessness. So what else?
Wouldn't it add much weight to it for the president to speak to that?
I beg to differ. Look, the accusations have all been leveled against MPP as a party. This morning, we've summoned you here and responded that we will not endorse or encourage such lawlessness. What else again?
Well, but also the press conference referred to the person of the president.
Then, will you also say that President Mahama himself will come out and also tell the whole world that NDC activists have been harassed? Is that the question? Yes, you know, it is NPP as a body. In my party, in our party, MPP, the party's constitution is supreme. Please, for goodness sake, they should take out Nana Addo's name from some of these things. We are here. We are running the party. If they have any complaint. You see, it would have been proper for our colleagues in NDC if they had written to us that, look, we want to meet the leadership of MPP. Now, MPP national executives or sit down with NDC national executives. Then we will iron out our differences. We will look at the way forward for Mother Ghana. That would have been better.
In other news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has denied allegations that the hospital paid 100,000 cedis to management and staff as Christmas bonus. Dr. Gilbert Bako was emphatic when he spoke on Joy Midday News Wednesday that the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital doesn't pay bonuses and has never paid bonuses. The former board chairman of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, Professor Mauli Salah, confirmed the news to Joy News after a source made the allegations during an investigation. The source said Dr. Bako received 21,000 Ghana cedis, while other members of the board took home 17,000 cedis each in extra allowances, with each staff member allegedly receiving 100 cedis as motivation. Here's Dr. Bako with his side of the story.
We have 6,000 staff. And even there, it was a board approved to support to do an end-of-year party, for which we allocated 100 cedis per staff for the department to use to do a Christmas party. That alone is 600,000. And Korle Bu doesn't pay bonuses, whether to me or to anybody. So we are now trying to get to the bottom of what is happening and who is saying what about what and what is the real issue.
Okay, so on the part of management, there's investigation to understand this issue.
Yes, because Korle Bu doesn't pay bonuses and has never paid bonuses to anybody. No.
Okay, but they were mentioning some figures. So were any monies related to those figures paid at all?
Yes. Now, so this is what we want to have clarity on. What are the figures they are talking about, which is being interpreted as bonuses or otherwise? You understand? Because there are certain payments done to others, which are payments in arrears, and when the year ends, all kinds of things are sorted out and closed out for different other expenditures done within the hospital. Maybe it is you. Somebody hasn't paid you your transport allowance for 6 months, and they've now finished processing it. So you'll be paid your arrears, etc. So we just want to be clear, what are the figures that are being bandied around? And we are getting ourselves sorted out sooner or later to decide how to deal with it. There's just too much mischief in this place. Just too much.
Okay, so why is everything okay between the management and the board?
I mean, that is also another issue we want to find out and get in touch with the board chair to find out where is he getting his information from.
You're watching Joy News Prime. We're taking a break. We'll be back with business news. The 2016 Brahafo Regional Best Maize Farmer, Kofi Vinyo, is calling on President Nana Akufo-Addo's administration to ensure that its One Village, One Dam policy is fully implemented to help farmers to do all-year farming in order to increase agricultural productivity, which will go a long way to improve food security. According to him, farmers have been struggling with a lot of challenges, especially during the dry season due to lack of irrigation facilities. Kofi Vinyo made the comment in an interview with correspondent Nestor Kafui-Joma on his 11-acre pepper farm at Kwatre in the Sunyani West District.
If government is able to do one village, a dam in a village, it's going to also sustain agriculture. It's really going to improve upon agriculture. Because look at the place we are now. If, you see, look at the way the plants are having challenge on the field because we are not getting enough water. So if we have a dam here, then praise the Lord. We can really also cultivate. We can also plant more. All the seasons we can work. So we welcome it. And we are saying to it that at least it should take off immediately so that agriculture also can boost up.
Kofi Vinyo, who is currently doing trial irrigation project on his 11-acre pepper farm, appealed to the government to help farmers have access to loan facilities for their farming activities. This, according to him, will further keep young people in agriculture.
We would also like the new administration to also talk to the banks so that at least they can give the farmers a very good loan, because if a farmer, you are going for loan and they give you 10,000, that means you are just going to use it to prepare fufu and banku and chop. You know, you need a money that can give you a source of water and that can help you buy pipes to be able to irrigate your land. Then you can cultivate some sort of thing like this. And you can manage this pepper for 1 to 2 years. So whatever loan that you have taken from a bank, I believe you can pay back. But farmers are not given this opportunity. Farmers don't have this thing. So we appeal to Nana, the new president, and his administration that they should work on it, because they have given a lot of hope to farmers. He has given a lot of promises to farmers. So we, the farmers, you know, I am also a member of the Award Winners Association in this country. So I am just not speaking as a Kofi Vinyo as a farmer, but I am also speaking as a national figure. So I'm also appealing to our president that he should also look into this thing for us, so that at least farmers also can get access to loans to do their business. It is very, very important to us.
The award-winning farmer also suggested that the Agricultural Development Bank should be liquidated because it is not serving the purpose for which it was established. Nestor Kafui-Joma's report for Joy News.
Watching Joy News Prime, we're breaking for international news, but still to come in the bulletin, amidst the massive outpouring of sympathy and the rich display of culture at the funeral of the Queen Mother of Ashanti is a group of young men trying to earn a living, taking advantage of the multitude of mourners. And then still in Kumasi, a 38-year-old taxi driver is deciding to divorce his wife of 16 years over claims she pulled his manhood till he became unconscious. But why would any wife do that to the husband? And did the wife actually do that to the husband? We'll have the story coming up later on. Stay tuned. The hordes of people converging in Kumasi for the funeral of the Queen Mother of Ashanti keeps growing as the spectacle comes to a climax. Though a sad event, the intermittent firing of musketry and the splendid display of culture is serving as a huge attraction for tourists from across Ghana and beyond. Joining us is Maxwell Agbagba interacted with some students from Elon University, North Carolina, who described the funeral rites as an eye-opener.
It's not just the locals or the indigents who have trooped here to the Menchia Palace to witness the display of beautiful culture going on here right now. We have some international students who are also gracing the occasion, making their own observations. Let me have interactions with their professor, who is the leader of the delegation, to find out from them what they've observed so far, their own perspective about the happenings here at the Menchia Palace. Prof, tell me your name and where you lecture.
Yes, my name is Brian Degree, Professor Brian Degree. I'm a history professor from Elon University in North Carolina, USA. And these are students that are with me on a short-term study abroad program here in Ghana.
Whoa, so Prof, you came here, you came to Ghana purposely for what?
Well, we have courses with classes with Ghanaian professors. We travel around the country a good deal. We've been to the Volta region and to the northern region, and now we're here in Kumasi, and we're very fortunate, I think, to have the opportunity here to come to the memorial service today, and so to observe Ghanaian culture and.
Okay, so what have you observed so far? Before I move on to your student, what have you observed so far?
Well, of course, we observe the warmth and hospitality of Ghanaians. It's well known all around the world. Also, I think, we're impressed by the democratic nature of Ghana, and which I think is not just something Ghana can be proud of, but all of the world. And of course, we are impressed by the very rich and colorful cultures, I should say, here in Ghana.
Okay, so you just had the leader of the delegation. He's a professor. Let's get and have interactions with some of the students who want to speak to me. Okay, let me come to you first. Okay. What's your name?
Abigail.
Abigail, yeah. Tell me, what are your impressions so far of what you've seen here?
I'd say it's very overwhelming. Funerals aren't like this in our culture, so this is very different from like our experience at home, and there's a lot of people, so it's just very overwhelming, I'd say.
Okay, so I know usually, in America, when you go for funerals, it's usually solemn. You hardly would see people talking, you hardly would see people even having conversations. How different is the American funeral from the Ghanaian funeral?
Well, I'd say that our funerals are more of like, we're mourning and they're not as happy, and this is more of a celebration. So I really like the cultural aspect of it being more of a celebration and more of something that's joyous for the people. And I think that's a great thing.
Okay, so who else want to speak to me? Who else? Okay, now talk to me. What's your name?
Grace.
Grace, okay, Grace. Tell me, what observations so far?
I just think this is amazing. There are so many people and everyone's meeting each other and saying hi and being so friendly and asking questions. And like Abby was saying, funerals are not similar to this at all in America. You're not really supposed to talk very much unless you're selected to talk in front of a large group of people. It's very quiet, very sad, whereas, like Abby said, this seems like more of a celebration of life.
Okay, great. So now let me just quickly, one word, each of you, just describe what you've seen here so far. So when I come to you, just one word, okay? One word.
Celebration.
Celebration, one word.
Amazing.
Amazing, one word.
Vibrant.
Vibrant, one word.
Community.
Okay, community, one word.
Colorful.
Colorful, one word.
Festival.
Festival, one word.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm, one word.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, one word.
Loving.
Loving, one word.
Diverse.
Okay.
Welcoming.
Okay, diverse, welcoming, one word.
Culture.
Culture, one word.
Community.
Community. So you heard it from this student from the United States of America, sharing the experience about what it is like here at the funeral grounds you know, coming here to witness the funeral of their late Asante Hima of Asanteman. Reporting for Joy News, Maxwell Agbagba.
Now, amidst the massive outpouring of sympathy and the rich display of culture at the funeral of the Queen Mother of Ashanti is a group of young men trying to earn a living, taking advantage of the multitude of mourners. Having established a mini business center powered by generators, they take photos of their clients and make calendars and other items out of them almost immediately. Again, Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking with one of them, 25-year-old Nana Enchi, who talked him through their business.
Perhaps they are not aware of their role in helping to document history. Yes, a great oak tree has fallen in Asanteman, but as people mourn within the inner precincts of the Menchia Palace and continue to sink dirges, these gentlemen have converted part of the funeral grounds into a business center, making calendars out of instant pictures taken from the funeral grounds. I'm here to meet Nana Enchi. He's one of them, making money and cashing in on location here at the Menchia Palace. Let's go and meet him. Nana, nice to meet you again. How you doing?
Cool.
Great. Nana, tell me, you're making this beautiful, you know, calendars from pictures that you are taking from, you know, this place. Tell me about it. How do you do it?
Yeah, I know you are working here, but the work here is not, the work is slow. Yeah, the calendar is slow. Monday, the Monday, there's work going on, but this today, the work is not going on. Yeah.
So on Monday, when that was the first day of the funeral, you had a lot of people coming to buy the calendar?
Yeah, Monday, that is the first day. The queens and kings have to do more calendars, but today, the work is not going on. Yeah.
Did you make a lot of money on the first day, or you didn't?
Somewhere.
I hear the sound of a lot of generators that you guys are using here. How much does it cost you? I mean, getting fuel to run the business here?
Even if you use the generator for today, you can buy fuel maybe 50 cedis or 40 cedis for a day. Yeah.
When you buy for 50 cedis, that obviously makes your cost of your operational cost a bit, you know, on the high side. Do you make enough money to meet the cost of buying the fuel and all of that?
Oh, everything we have to do there. If you are working there, it's a profit and loss. Either you buy 50 cedis, either you get profit, either you lose. It's some of the work. Until if I have the profit done, if for you, if I then you lose, so it's for you. Yeah.
The funeral ends tomorrow. So after this, what happens? Do you have a shop anywhere in Kumasi where you operate?
Yeah, I have shop in Bremen.
Okay.
Bremen, yeah, we opposite the Bamu. My boss shop there. Yeah, that's the place I'm working there. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this?
Maybe 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you find this job?
Oh, the one was a charge. My senior brother worked in Kesmin TV. Okay. Yeah, he worked in Kesmin TV. I said that, bro, I want to do this job. He said, okay, I have a friend. Then I put you in there. Yeah, then I'm going to start, and then we go me technical school. Then I'm going to do a lot of things for video editing, pictures editing. Yeah, I want to do everything in the photo system and video editing. That is my work I'll do. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anenchi. But I'll take a picture from the funeral grounds so that you make a 2017 calendar for me. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do it for you.
Okay. So thank you very much, Nana. It's a mini business center right here on the wings, one of the wings of the main presence of the funeral grounds here at the Menchia Palace. So these are the generators they are using. These are the generators they are using to get power to operate this mini business center right here on the funeral grounds of Asante Hima. So you can hear the noise. I can count about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. The main business. Reporting for Joy News, Maxwell Agbagba.
Right, so there's one other piece of news coming out of Kumasi. Tomorrow, as it stands, all businesses indeed are going to be closed for the funeral. All businesses. And I'm wondering what happens to this mini business center there at the funeral ground itself. Will they be allowed to operate? But there's a lot happening in Kumasi, where this our last story comes from. A 38-year-old taxi driver has decided to divorce his wife of 16 years over claims she pulled his manhood till he became unconscious. The wife is said to have taken the husband through the ordeal for cheating on him, a charge the man has denied. Love News' Kwesi Deborah spoke to the taxi driver, who narrated how it all happened one night whilst asleep by his wife.
She always accuses me of having an affair, and I tell her I don't. Josephine and Isaac have been married for over 15 years with 5 children. The couple has, however, not known peace for various reasons. The woman accused the man of extramarital affairs and decided to teach him a lesson. She grabbed the penis of her sleeping husband, pulled it with all force until the man fell unconscious. Isaac reveals instances when Josephine assaults him with sticks, metal rods, and other objects. He says on this occasion, all he heard in his sleep was his wife repeatedly saying, "This is your last sleep." The taxi driver told Joy News it took what he believes is spiritual intervention for the wife to let him off. Isaac is now seeking divorce, for which he has given the woman 3-bedroom of their jointly owned property, in addition to 500 Ghana cedis as compensation. 3 months after the incident, Isaac fears he may lose his potency, though he is currently on medication. I was deep asleep when I realized my wife has held my manhood, pulling it. So I woke up and asked, "Joe, what are you doing?" And I collapsed. I heard her saying, "This is your last sleep." It was there I realized she had planned to kill me. He doesn't grab my manhood during love making. Though Josephine admits holding the penis, she denies pulling and inflicting such pains on her husband. She accuses him of consistently denying her of sex.
I didn't pull his penis. He is sick and has been passing blood-stained stool. Herbal doctors tell me that could result in impotence.
That's it. We'll bring you entertainment next.